When I was first discerning religious life, discerning the Capuchins, I didn't know anything about the Capuchins' specific way of praying, but I knew that they prayed, and I knew that if I was going to seek to live with Christ, to be with Christ, then praying would have to be a central part of my life.
Is ministry and all the people that you served in ministry, is that a distraction from your prayer? And for me, the opposite is true. When I carry with me the people, the stories, their sorrows, their pains, their needs, it allows me in my own personal prayer to know the Lord more fully.
One day when I was at the Douglas County Jail, I met a 23-year-old young woman. She was a meth addict. Because of her meth addiction, she had the heart of a 95-year-old. She was in complete despair. I prayed with her, spent 30 minutes praying with her. And for the first time, I saw her smile.
It was a typical Sunday in the food truck, and we were serving the homeless that were there. A man gets in line. At the end of receiving the food, he finishes up, but he pulls two of us aside, Father Joseph and I, and said, "Here you go, brother." He reached into his pocket and put in a pocket knife, and actually was on my way to commit suicide later today. I saw the food truck and said, and there was the cross on there. And he left that day experiencing the forgiveness of God.
I think that so much of the society tells us that the quiet and the silence is something that we should run from.
So when we say yes to prayer, when we say yes to faith, I think the joy of prayer is us discovering that Jesus is praying in us. We're members of the body of Christ.
The silence can make us uncomfortable. So many people today avoid silence. Yet Mother Teresa says silence is the language of love. God speaks in the silence. That's why St. Francis and thousands of saints through history have sought the quiet, desolate places, because there in silence they embrace the love of God.
Praying with the poor, those out on the street, is a very powerful experience. I'm moved often by their absolute trust in providence. When they say, "Give us this day our daily bread," they literally mean it.
In moments of crisis and desperation, so many people say, well, all that's left to do now is pray, as if prayer is something weak. How mistaken they are. Prayer whispered in the faith-filled silence opens the doors of heaven, and grace, like an overwhelming torrent, comes rushing down to save us.